Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Did you know you can support the channel by joining? Something to think about. Now onto the stories. Case file number 922, written by Violetavocado. My brother, the Lord of Chickens. So this happened to me when I was 15. It was 8 p.m. like that. I'm outside our house and saw my elder brother outside as well. We know it's evening and cold outside, but as for us, we do usually go outside topless, just chilling outside. We saw our cousin, so we started to hang out. We're singing while my brother's playing the guitar. Then, suddenly, my brother just stood up and bolted to a chicken coop. He just stood there facing the chicken cage. I thought it would be a good idea to scare him, so my cousin and I hid and were ready to scare him. A little note. The cage where he is standing has only one way in, and that's where we are hiding. So we waited and waited, because we thought he was just relieving his bladder there. We waited for 3 minutes, but he was still just standing there. We got bored. Then suddenly we heard my family laughing inside our house. I turned to look up at our house and heard my brother laughing there as well. I know it's my brother because he has this distinct laugh, can't mistake it for anyone else. I got chills in an instant and pulled myself up to look. Then my brother, who I thought was standing in the chicken cage, was gone. Nowhere to be seen. I ran back to our house. My cousin followed closely behind me. Then he was there in his sweater. I asked my mother if my brother just got there. She said he was there all along with them. In fact, he never went outside at all. I told them he was with us and playing guitar with our cousin. I told my brother to stop lying, but I realized he's not by the look on his face. My family looks confused, so I just brush it off. Then my cousin told them what happened too, the same story as me. Case notes for file 922. My brother, the Lord of Chickens. I think we're all experiencing a lot of multiversal thinning, I guess. Keep having to make up words to try to describe what's going on. Universal peering, multiversal peering, I guess, is more accurate. But in all these transitions, it seems applicable. People are constantly seeing into other universes, moving through them temporarily, not in quantum immortality, but literally their physical bodies and objects too. De-render, go to other universes, duplicate there, but it's really just moving to one to the other. They look identical, so it just looks like the object multiplied, but it's not really that. I think in this case you probably did see your brother, he was interacting with you, and yet he wasn't really there in your universe. The other case is potentially astral projection, but I think because of the amount of interaction, he was playing a guitar, it seems more likely you were seeing your real brother just in a different universe, that's all. It's simple, but it's crazy. Case file number 923, written by Lock and Key 16. Can the universe alter a memory? All of my life living with my folks, they had this long oak table in the kitchen. It's beautiful. It had intricate carvings along the edges and a glossy finish that shone in the sunlight. We used to do our homework on the table, have Sunday dinners around it, and play board games on it late into the night. I have vivid and clear memories of dominating my mom, dad, and sister in Risk. I even remember when they started to refuse to play with me. So you can imagine my total confusion when I came home from school yesterday and saw that the oak table was gone, replaced with a sleek glass one. My parents were sitting at the new table acting like this was normal. I asked, "Hey Dad, where's the old table? Did we sell it?" My parents looked at each other, then back at me. "What old table?" my mom said. "The oak one? The one that's been in our kitchen since the dawn of time?" My dad let out a small chuckle with hints of confusion, saying, "That was never an oak table, son. It's always been a glass table." I stared at them, thinking this has to be a joke. No way. I remember it being wood. I used to run my hands along the carvings all the time while eating dinner or playing board games with you. But my parents just shook their heads and insisted that it had always been a glass table. I can't wrap my mind around this. It is impossible, inconceivable that my mind created every single memory, hundreds if not thousands, of this distinctive oak table that was always glass? The only thing that sprang to mind was to search through my phone and Google Photos Drive for images of the four of us seated at the table. When we got together for special occasions like my birthday or holidays, we took a lot of photos. This is proof. Every image I could locate depicts it as a glass table. I'm really going insane. I won't discuss it with my family ever again. I can't tell you how it makes me feel since I can't rely on my own memories. What do I even do? Case notes for file 923. Can the universe alter a memory? I think about quantum immortality almost every day. It fascinates me so much in how it can explain so many glitches. Does it explain this one? Are we dealing with some sort of memory alteration? Or did you just move to a new universe where in that universe the glass table or the oak table was always glass? I mean, that seems possible, especially given that the photos do confirm that you had a glass table, you were always around it, even though your memories indicate otherwise. Could the universe itself somehow alter the memory? Because as we transition between universes, our memories remain intact. I think that means that it's just information. The soul is like a transmitter for all this information about us, who we are as people, and our memories, of course, our past experiences. If that's the case, then it wouldn't necessarily involve a transition to a new universe. If information is so readily available and downloadable into a new human body or mind, then yeah, it's conceivable that that information is simply being loaded into your brain. I don't know why it would be, I'm just saying it's a possibility. Maybe you are in the same universe, but the memories were altered. Personally, I think that's even more terrifying. I don't want anything wrong with my memory, or any possibility of it being manipulated. It would be a new type of glitch entirely, and I'm not okay with that. Case file number 924, written by wifeybosom. Can a friend be in two places simultaneously? I was out for a drive one day, just enjoying the nice weather and clearing my head. Dealing with some relationship drama, but that's neither here nor there. I decided to stop at the mall to do a little shopping and maybe grab a bite to eat. As I was walking through the parking lot, I spotted my friend Rachel. We chatted for a bit and caught up on each other's lives. Rachel was not my best friend, but we do get along and it's pleasant to talk to her. It feels a bit weird trying to describe the level of a friend, if you know what I mean. But just to say, we both like each other and see each other rather consistently, at least once a week. Rachel had some errands to run, so we said our goodbyes and agreed to meet up later. Fast forward a few hours and I'm sitting at the restaurant waiting for Rachel to show up. She's running late, but that's not unusual for her. Finally she arrives and we sit down to order. As we're talking about boyfriends and the ridiculousness of relationships, hers was rocky too, I asked her what errand she was running earlier today at the mall. "What are you talking about? I didn't go to the mall today. I've been at home all day." "Huh?" I said in my own brain. "But I saw you there. We talked for a few minutes. Stop playing." Rachel said, "That couldn't have been me. I haven't left the house all day, I swear. I was crying in bed. But I do know I was feeling rather irritable given how insistent she was being. I described her outfit and the location where we had spoken, but Rachel said she never left the bed besides the shower. When she received my text stating the time and place to meet up, she did respond with, "Sure, okay, I'll meet you there," which seemed a little strange of a wording to use given we had already agreed to meet up later, just wasn't sure on what restaurant. I dropped the discussion as it was clear one of us is wrong, but no one would give an inch. I decided to go back to the mall the next day. I walked through the parking lot, retracing my steps from yesterday. And there it was, the exact spot where I'd seen Rachel. For a second, I wanted to pretend to be some private investigator, checking to see if there were cameras on the light post or something, but no, there was nothing. Not that I could have accessed the footage anyways. That's sad, I guess. What else can I do? Did I meet a doppelganger of one of my friends? We spoke for at least 5 minutes and whatever it was, knew intimate details of her life. Her boyfriend's name, where she lived, etc. Case notes for file 924. Can a friend be in multiple places simultaneously? I think there's 3 types of doppelganger explanations. The first being an actual physical manifestation in the world, perhaps a spirit that took place, perhaps a demon. And the second would be an astral projection, where these projections do appear to have some effect on the world. They can interact with objects to some extent, and they can even make sound like when they're walking on a road or on a floor. And then there's universal shenanigans, where you can see other people in different universes. They're not really in your universe, but they exist. It's a universe just as real as ours, just a different one. I'm not sure which one this falls into, but I know it's not the first one. Because in the first one, people know something is wrong. If they see this doppelganger, they know it's not supposed to be here, and it probably has malicious intent. There's instinct that people have regarding these things. And another day gone by. Sure is passing quick, isn't it? We're already a week into 2023. I hope everyone's year is starting off well. I'm almost up to 10 pull-ups, which is pretty cool. Keep working at that. Want to try to get to 20 in a row by the end of the year. That'd be a pretty decent goal, I think. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell. Also, if you want to send your own story in, there's an email address in the About Me section of the channel page. You can send your stories in there if you want to. I like reading stories where I'm the only one that had access to it. Feels more unique.